Hi, and you're probably looking at this and thinking, what a mess. So we're going to try and make some order out of it. Today we're going to be doing the number 1584 in Ashley. It's in chapter 19. It's this one here. It's in the shroud knot section. The shroud knots are knots that are used to join two ropes together in a sort of, well, traditionally not decorative, but now pretty much just decorative way. So the ropes, the tails on the ropes, they kind of intermesh, and then these are joined together in a decorative way. I've done it before on that. That's a shroud knot. So this is just continuous sinnet. So there's tails coming this way and there's tails coming that way, and those tails are used to tie this knot. This is another example of it in two different colours. So the sinnet travels that way, and then the tails are used to join it together. This is round a plastic tube like that. Just makes it a little easier sometimes to tie it around something. These ones aren't. These ones are just straight sinnet. There's nothing inside there. But also it's a good way to add a colour to a bell rope or something, or even if you've run out of cord, which I tend to do. I miscalculate or don't calculate at all and don't even know what I'm doing when I start. I just start and then see where it takes me. Well, sometimes it takes me to a place where I want to carry on, but I've got no more cord. So say this was my piece of bell rope and I ran out of cord. I just start with another piece, another colour in the same size. So this stops here, the brown one. Make sure that's nice and tight when you stop. Then I just start crowning with a new piece, leaving a nice tail there to tie the knot later. And then carry on crowning with the new piece. Before you, like, that's far enough. Before you get too far, you push them together, make sure they're nice and tight. Pull up all these cords as much as you can to make them nice and snug. Sometimes it helps before you start the new colour to add a few touches of glue so they don't come loose while you're doing the other one. And then we tie a shroud knot to hide that join. You can, of course, just clip them all off, glue them, and put a Turk's head around it. But this is, I don't know, somehow a nicer way to do it for my liking. So let's give it a go. So basically you tie a diamond in each of these. There's a whole bunch of different shroud knots. This is one I've done before, so I know how to do it. So these top ones, just push them up and keep them out of the way. So this one, we just tie a diamond. So same way you've tied diamonds before. There's plenty of tutorials on that. Keep one raised, take the one to the left over that one, and then under the next one. And hold that in your fingers. This one here that we raised is the next one to use. So we go over its neighbour, and then under its next neighbour, and hold it out of the way. Again, this one goes over, under, hold it out of the way. This one goes over, and the last one round here is under that first one we used. And out of the way. And this last one needs to go over and under still, so it goes over that first one we used and under the one we left raised. We leave these raised because they're like bookmarks, so they don't get lost. So just push that through there. So it's gone over that one and under that one. And that's your diamond tied. So we just pull that bookmark one down, even them out. Okay, now we turn the thing over and we do the same with the red ones. It's a good idea to do this in 2 colours until you get used to what you're doing. I'm going to just tie a little slip knot in there to hold those all together, just to keep them out of our way. Okay, so now we're using the red ones, not these long ones, they're our working ones for when we carry on later. So same again, we tie another diamond. So keep one raised, go over, under, over, under. I hope I've lifted myself enough cord. Over on the back here, under that one, over, under that first one we used, and then our last one is there, so we go over that one and under that loop, or through the loop. Okay, pull that down to even it up. And tidy it up a little bit, take out a reasonable amount of the slack. And do the same with the brown one, just pull out a bit of the slack. Okay. You can see why I've been reluctant to do this tutorial, because there's a lot of cords going on and it looks very confusing. So basically we've got a diamond tied in this one and a diamond tied in this one. Now all you do see how these ones want to lay next to each other? Just let that happen. Those are the ones that most obvious, the direction most obviously lines up, so use those. So basically the red one follows the brown one follows the red one. So we're doubling the knot now, but we're doubling it with the cord from the opposite end. So we'll just do that first run first on all of them. So if you start, so in this case, holding it this way, we've got the brown on top. Make sure the brown's on top on all of them, and then at least it's the same pattern. So roll it around. Get that one out of the way. Gonna pick the brown one, follows that red one. Next one around, so that brown one follows that red one. There's the red one, there's the brown one. We go, just follow it. It's exactly the same as doubling a normal knot. So here we go, is the next one. So we want the browns on top, remember? So just pop it on top of that red one. If you're doing this in the same colour, just remember the left one's on top or the right one's on top, whichever way it works out, but just try and keep it the same. Okay, so that's all the brown ones done that first move. I'm going to turn it around and we'll just do that same move but with the red ones going into the brown ones. I'll zoom it in for a little bit. Okay, so the brown ones followed that red one down through there. It will carry on. We'll carry on doubling it here later, but at the moment we're just going to make the red ones follow the brown ones for this section here. Move up, the red one follows the brown one. Trying to keep my hands out of the way, I'm sorry if I am failing. Again, red one follows the brown one. Red one follows the brown one. Red one follows brown. Okay, so that's all done. We'll carry on with the reds, because I fear I'm going to be short, but I think we'll make it. So we've just done that pass. We're just going to follow that brown one around and back, and that's the beginning. So that's where we end. So we don't have to get too far with the cords. So this one here follows that brown one around and out there. I'll just carry on and do that all the way around. Okay, so that's that top bites all doubled. Let's turn it over and do the same thing with the browns. So the brown follows the red around, coming up here, follows it around there. So I misfollowed that one. Too busy worrying about my camera, not what I'm doing. There, goes down there. See, now it's doubled around, comes out there. Get those little ones out of the way to make it a little clearer. Follows around. That one's been followed already. Yeah, I've got one more to go after this. I did it again. Followed the wrong one. Follows around down through there. you'll probably be more careful than me and not make mistakes, but they're easy to spot once you've done them. Okay, now this is where we start to, so this brown one, okay, this brown one follows this red one, like that, and it would come out here, because that red one's going to follow that brown one and come back this way. So if we introduce this one over to there and this one over to there, we'd be tripling it. So we basically do our sneaky double again. So you want to go follow that one, like so. So that follows. Then we go down there and out the bottom of the knot. So make a pathway all the way through. And out the bottom. And that's that one finished. Move around to the next one. This one wants to follow that one, and then it will follow that, so we make a pathway all the way down there. Pop that one through. This one wants to follow that one, so we follow that, and then it would follow that, but that would be tripled then, so we don't want to triple, so we go follow that one, and then make a path all the way through, and out the bottom. Through there. And out the bottom. Okay, last brown one. Goes there. So we double it next to that, which we want to do, but we don't want to double it over there. So we go underneath it all. Okay. You can see it's starting to look like something. I've left myself two shorter red ones here. I might tighten it up a little bit first before, see the red ones need to go. We're almost done, so close. That's the part we were doing before on the other side. Now we're doing it on the side. We need to follow that one. Then we need to go all the way and come out there. But as you can see, that's not long enough. You can just bury it in the middle, but it makes it hard to tighten it up. So I might tighten it up in this position and then see if we can force it through. So our knot, we want more red, so let's tighten up the red. Our red knot starts here, here, here. So we start, say, here and start pulling it through. Just see if we can get a bit more slack in it. You can see why I run out of cord. You'd think it, because I make my own cord, I should have stacks of it, and I do, but I get very blasé about it and just start. I'm not very careful at calculating and things, and often don't take notes anyway. Well, in fact, I never take notes, so I never know how much things use. In fact, one of the reasons I make videos is so that I can remember how to tie things I've learned how to tie, because I forget. Okay, so I'll pull that through. I think we're probably going to be able to pull out enough slack to finish this off, so that'll be good. Okay, probably got enough. So now we've made these tails longer by pulling out some slack. Let's see if we can push it through. So this red one, I'm going to move my camera because I keep getting out of frame. Okay, so the red one needs to follow that brown one there and then go underneath everything and come out the bottom. So it disappears down into there, so from there we then force our way through. And this one follows that one down, so it disappears down there and comes out the bottom. This is the hard one. Look at that, it's so short. Let's give it a go. Maybe I had to pull it through with some pliers. So stupid, I was just careless and when I left myself this much, or this little cord. Okay, so it's all threaded. That one's very small, but we should be able to grab it with some pliers. I'm going to pull a bit of the brown slack out. So again, the red one started in the middle, so do the brown ones. So just figure out where that is. I think it starts there. So it starts here and travels that direction. Let's turn it around. We'll just pull that bottom loop first. Pull them up in that direction. It's all done. Pull the slack out, each one. Yeah, starting to get there. Give it a bit of a roll to sort of snuggle it down. Now we'll pull a bit more of this red out and then we should be good. So red starts there. So let's pull a bit of this. Actually, might just start at the top and pull them back. Okay. There's the one we need to get. It's just sneaking in there. I've got a little pair of needle nose somewhere. Okay, found them. So yeah, that's that one there. So we have got enough to finish it, but only just. Cool. Okay, that's pretty much done. So there's a bit more slack in that, but I'll tidy that up and then I'll trim the ends and show you what I'm doing. I won't take you through the rest of the tightening. It's a bit boring, but I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so that's finished. It's just a matter of trimming off the ends. So these bits that are coming out underneath the knot, we just trim them as snugly as we can. It's not completely necessary, but I often, just with a toothpick and a little bit of wood glue, just push those back in with a dab of wood glue on the end. It stops them loosening up or becoming flabby. Also holds these bites down because it all binds together. Give the cord a tug before you snip it. That way it's more likely to sort of spring back a little bit. Okay, there you go. How cool is that? So as I say, it's a good way to join two lengths of Sinnet together if you run out or if you just want to do it for the design's sake. I always like to learn new knots and then wonder what I could use them for, because so I first saw this in Ashley and then wondered what I could use it for, and my initial thought was to do a circle and make a bangle. So this is just one piece of crown Sinnet all the way around, and that knot is what joins the two ends together, and they're just trimmed off around here. Or you can make bigger things like this. And as I say, there are a lot of these, some with more weaving, some with less, some that look like Matthew Walker knots, some sort of more herringbone pattern. This is the one I've done. I think it's relatively easy because it's based on a crown, based on a diamond, which I use all the time. So to me, it was a fairly sensible place to start. If I get braver, I might try some of the others. Anyway, let me know how you go, and good luck with it. Cheers.